Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Look sharp. Look like you're celebrating the big 5-0 with us. That's right, man. We've got the KISW 50th anniversary limited edition merchandise at the Rock Shop right now, and lots of good stuff to carry you through pretty much any time of the year.
I saw D. Ted Smith yesterday here at the station rocking the KISW 50 shirt. Looking good on him.
Yeah, they're good-looking shirts. There's a lot of different designs, too, man. You really could, like, every day of the week be wearing a different design from these KISW merch, the shirts that we have. And if you just wear one with the hat, the trucker cap, or the beanie, maybe 2 weeks I got you covered.
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Yes. So check them out. There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, we got a light zip hoodie. We got short sleeve, long sleeve. Whatever you need. Oh, it's limited edition, though. And the gold rocks. Oh, it looks so good. Check it out at KISW.com.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to be mixed, but it's Wednesday, so maybe we could whack him instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Woo! And I think for today, Mr. Wacky would be a leprechaun.
Yes. Mr. Owacky.
Mr. Owacky. Mr. Owacky to ya.
Oh, wacky.
Oh, that's weird. Let's get to our contestant. We got Christina in Kirkland. Christina, are you there?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Right.
That's right. Get out of the studio, my boy. Get out. For those playing at home, Christina will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Christina, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
Of which country is St. Patrick the patron saint?
Pass.
The original formula of Mountain Dew was invented in what decade?
70s?
No.
60s?
No.
80s?
No. How many times has Jennifer Lopez been married?
Twice.
No.
3 times.
Yes. How many total combined red and black numbers are there on a roulette wheel?
Pass.
How many different types of falling pieces are there in the game of Tetris?
Pass.
What color was originally associated with St. Patrick?
Black.
No.
Green.
No.
White.
No. What is the 2-letter abbreviation for pound?
LB.
Yes. John Boyega played which character in the latest Star Wars trilogy?
Pass.
Christina, you dropped a deuce on me there.
Yeah, you sure did.
That was terrible.
Yeah, you did. Oh, boy, oh, boy,
I got all the questions right yesterday. Just
Yeah.
never today.
Oh, it seems like you're not very lucky today, unfortunely.
No, she's
I'm
not
not.
lucky at
Which
all.
is
She
not
doesn't even
shocking
know.
to me at all.
Doesn't even know where St. Patrick comes from.
Yes, exactly. You're
Very interesting.
Okay, well, that's a given. I got to go to work now.
okay. Bye, Christina.
Oh,
Have a great
okay.
day at work. Yeah.
All right, well, Christina's having a party. I'll tell you that right now. It doesn't matter whether she wins or loses. She's having a party.
Well, Steve, you can kind of guess by her leaving early how she did.
Well, maybe she has to be at her job. She can't be late even if she's winning at Beat Me.
Exactly. When you're a champion, you don't stick around with losers.
Exactly.
Right. Some people don't wait around to shake the other team's hand. She pulled a Tom Brady.
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
Well,
Yeah, she did.
are you ready?
she
Well,
did.
I want to today's game I'm dedicating towards a certain friend of ours. It's their birthday. I just got a text from our good friend Red the Chicken Man. He says, hey, can I get a shout out to the best wife ever today? Oh, it's not her birthday. It's their anniversary.
Oh, wow. All right. That's, well, it's the birth of their love.
That's true. Thank you,
How's that?
DJ. 9
Yeah.
years ago, their love was birthed.
Yeah.
Give it out a shout.
All right. Well, anyways. Best wives ever today, 9th anniversary. Love you so much, Erica. We're on a cross-country trip for 2 weeks. Wow. You
Oh,
guys
that's a
have
lot of
blast.
fun. Oh, was that a lot of fun?
Former
Yeah.
rock girl as
man.
well. Forever rock girl.
Yeah, they're good. You know,
Rock
I mean,
girl, yes.
you know what? Red and Erica have been really, really something. Mm-hmm.
Good
They really
people.
have. Yeah.
Great people. Now, are you
Great
ready?
people. Good luck on that road trip.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready.
Of which country is St. Patrick the patron saint? Ireland? Yes. The original formula of Mountain Dew was invented in what decade?
70s.
No.
80s.
No.
60s.
No.
90s?
No.
50s?
No.
40s?
Yes.
Wow.
How many times has Jennifer Lopez been married?
Jennifer Lopez. I'm going to go 3.
Yes. How many total combined red and black numbers are there on a roulette wheel?
50.
No.
100.
No.
40.
No.
69.
No. How many different types of falling pieces are there in the game of Tetris? 4. No.
3.
No.
5.
No.
6.
No. What color was originally associated with St. Patrick?
Green.
No.
Blue.
Yes. What is the 2-letter abbreviation for pound?
Hashtag.
No.
LB.
Yes. John Boyega played which character in the latest Star Wars trilogy?
Oh, crap. He played Ren.
No.
Lynn.
No. Dashu. Whoa, I don't know what that is,
No.
but
Dashu.
No. I don't know.
Dashu.
Steve, you got 4 correct. But it's a good old pitcher's duel. You win 4-2.
Yeah.
Bam!
Good job, buddy.
You did it for Red and Erica's anniversary. Look at
Yeah.
Right,
And-
thank you.
And he did it for Dashu.
Sure. Because I'm the best.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, you are.
You're cool. And the best.
Swag.
You did figure out that Mountain Dew was invented in the 40s.
40s.
Yeah, it was originally made as a cover for moonshine. Or actually, it was named after moonshine because Mountain Dew was the name of moonshine back in the day. So it was kind of one of those sort of things along those lines.
Wait, so Mountain Dew, that means moonshine? Not like me.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was kind of like one of those things where, the Stillers out in the boonies would do that, making
Making him in the mountains.
Yeah. They
So
wanted
that was the nickname.
Yeah, a sly way to avoid the authorities because it was against the law because of prohibition and stuff like that.
Did they also play video games for multiple hours on end while drinking it?
Well, possibly because, moonshine will do that to you. Especially in the 40s.
Yeah.
How many red and black numbers are there on a roulette wheel? Does anybody
Danny,
know?
I think Danny knows.
Yeah, 36 of them.
Why do you know that so confidently?
Oh, because I used to be addicted to roulette.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the few times we've gone to the casino together, he beelined right for the roulette table.
Yeah.
And that is not a game that I play, Steve. I'm a card guy, and so roulette is beyond me. I want to remember 36 because what is the green numbers, Danny?
They're 0 and 00.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. I don't know where I thought 99 was involved, but I guess not.
Yeah, nope. I don't know. All I know is my buddy Munson at his home bar has a shot roulette. He has a little mini roulette.
Oh, I've
thing.
used that before.
And then you spin it for shots.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what we did it was normally we would have some fun ones, and there would be like one that's water, but then there would be stuff like Rumpelmints or like Goldschlager or like there'd be one that's Everclear as well. So not all of them are winners, so to speak.
Oh, man.
How many different types of falling pieces are there in Tetris?
That's another thing I do not know.
7.
Oh, I was almost there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them because they got the little blind, the little T1, the 2 Ls, the
God,
long one,
long ass one.
Yeah.
The long ass one. Oh, you hate that game? That's like, I love Tetris.
It's a classic.
Dude, it's a spatial game, and I cannot do spatial games, so
Yeah.
Tetris was always a beating.
Why can't you do spatial games?
I guess it's because of the way God made me.
Oh, I thought there was like some kind of like mess with your eyes. I didn't know.
It just,
No,
you
I
can't process it.
My brain does not process it. I look at a chessboard and I know I don't know what's going on. So when everybody said, "Hey, this," especially in the '80s, here's a new craze, it's Tetris, and I'm like, I was like, oh God, it was bad.
I love Tetris so much, but there's nothing will give me more anxiety when you're getting higher and higher up on there, and then all of a sudden you get that long ass one, and you're just like, yeah, I'm just screwed.
Where am I going to put this?
And it's like, boop, 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 and I'm done.
Boy, that really sounds like a lot of my life. I'm done.
And then finally, I think Vicky and BJ will know this. John Boyega's character in the latest Star Wars trilogy.
He was really close.
Yep.
Yeah.
His name was Finn.
Finn!
I knew it was something like like Ren or Lin or something.
You sure it wasn't Dahu?
Well, I mean, there was Kylo Ren, so at least you're somewhat paying attention to the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, man.
Good call.
Yeah, congratulations. And also, congrats on your win.
He was a stormtrooper once.
He was.
See?
Yes.
Look at that. Aw, retaining
Nice.
information.
Nice work.
Dude, that one Star Wars is one of my favorites. The first of the new.
Oh, The Force Awakens.
Really?
Yes.
It's a fun movie. I think it's a fun movie how they introduce. I mean, come on. Finn is a fun character in that movie,
yeah.
especially some of the scenes he has with Harrison Ford, Han Solo. Mm-hmm.
Again, it's pretty much a rehash of the original Star Wars. But for me, it's just so great.
Yeah.
I really like that movie.
It hits a lot of memories and a lot of feels on all of that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that the trilogy had what happened to it. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I mean, but because I agree with Steve. I was, even though it was a rehashing, I was oh my gosh, what a great start to this trilogy. I can't wait for the next 2 movies. And then it turns out some people thought they actually could wait for those next 2 movies.
Yeah, I could have waited, but hey, well, whatever.
What are you gonna do?
Right?
Yeah. Hey, imagine this. Imagine hating your coworker so much that it saved your life. I'll tell you all about this at 7:19 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There is a great online chat on Reddit where a user asked this simple question: who was your coworker from hell?
From hell.
From hell. Yeah, well, I mean, back in the day, I think we can all remember this guy if I can find it, because this was him,
Brad, the producer from hell.
Well, none of us were his coworker except for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
But every time I hear "from hell," that's what it brings back memories.
Yes.
I mean, Steve, I don't know if I've ever, because this is old school way back in the day, but the reason Brad was such a pain in my ass is the first day I'm on the job, the guy is writing stuff on my screen about how bad of a host I am because he wanted the job himself.
Oh,
but
so
they
that
gave
was
it to
the
me.
reason.
Yeah, so he basically put on callers to tell me how bad I was. He wrote on the screen, he put Z's on there like, "This topic is boring, you suck, why are you on the radio?" Like, I never met this guy. It was like the first day, and he is just going insane on the call screen. I'm like, what is happening? And he's hanging it was a beating.
I don't know if you know this for sure or not, but was he like in the running for the gig and like he lost out to you, or was he just delusional and thought that, I should have gotten the job?
Oh yeah, Brad's delusional. I think we all know. If anybody who ever listened to the show back in the day, they know Brad's out of his freaking mind.
Right.
Yeah. But it was, I remember that happening, and it was my first day on the job, and I'm like, this is horrific. And so I went home and I talked to my wife about it, and she just started laughing, and she thought, this is amazing. They hire you to do this job, and they put a guy in the room that hates you and does everything for you not to be able to do your job. And she just couldn't stop laughing about it. And I thought, yeah, I wonder if we're onto something here. So I went back the next day and I said, hey, do everything you did yesterday, but we're going to talk about it on the air. And he was like, what do you mean? I go, well, you know what? You're a fancy guy. You think you can do it off air? See if you can do it on air.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, I wish I'd never done that, because then he just gave him carte blanche to just basically troll me the entire time he worked with me.
I feel like you've been dealt a lot of interesting hands, because, a coworker from hell, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a person that was just a jerk from you. It could just be like someone that just created misery, because you also had a phone screener that wasn't able to hear. He was hard.
I know. Everybody remembers that guy, Ty.
That's a coworker from hell. His one job is to answer phone calls, and he's not able to hear the people that he's answering calls from.
And I'm literally just like sweating for an hour trying to fill up the time, because it was a talk show. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I see the phone ringing, but nobody's ever staying on the line. And he kept telling me, oh, no, that person wasn't good, that person. And I said, listen, I don't care who the next person is. Put him on. I need to talk to somebody. I can't keep talking by myself for an hour on a talk show. And then finally he admitted, all right, I really can't hear what they're saying. I just tell them thanks for the call. And I go, what do you mean you can't hear what they're saying? They said, well, I have hearing issues. I said, they let a call screen. You have hearing issues. It's the one thing you have to be able to do to screen callers is hear them. And then he's like, yeah, well, they gave me the job. What do you want me to do?
Well, radio makes interesting choices. I was once hired to run a board for a Spanish radio station not speaking Spanish, and sometimes I had to answer phone calls.
Who thinks of these things? Why?
How'd that work out, Steve?
Well, I got the hola part, and that's about it.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, we have some great stories on Reddit, but I'm sure we have great stories from you as well. Who was your coworker from hell? What about you, man? What is your coworker from hell story? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got your calls and texts after Nirvana on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. So Reddit's got a good online discussion. A user asked a simple question. Who was your coworker from hell? What about you? What is your coworker from hell story? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Jordan in Bellingham. Jordan, you are on The Rock.
Yeah, hey. Jordan from Bellingham.
Yo.
My coworker from hell is when I was installing Windows, and my boss was a cokehead, and he'd always show up, and especially on Mondays, he'd be in an awful bad mood and just always all over the place and didn't know what you wanted to do, and he couldn't figure out what he wanted you to do, and it wasn't a good time.
How long did you last there?
Lasted like 8 months.
That's a long time to be working with somebody who's just got issues with coke, man, and having to be your supervisor.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. No, I definitely drug my feet for a while and until I finally went back to what I was doing before that job.
Did he do coke on the job?
Yeah, he'd always run off to the bathroom and be, I'll be right back, and then come back like just a little bit later. But I don't know. I never could call him in. But I think everybody kind of knew. But he was pretty detail oriented, so nobody really wanted to get rid of him. It was one of those deals.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You can tell when you can't get good help when a cokehead is like a valuable member. You know what I mean? A guy who's just out of his friggin' mind is still got skills. I would imagine people used to say that about me as far as like he's a pain in the ass, but he's the only one that will do this job.
Used to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, maybe it's still happening today. All right, fine. It could be.
No, never.
Yeah, no one's saying that today.
No.
Yeah. Oh man.
We got a text that says I had a coworker that tried to get the company to ban us from using Tide laundry soap because she said she could smell the chemicals that they use in it and claimed to be chemical sensitive. We had her go get a doctor's note. It did not go through.
Oh, wow. Look, I'm a guy that, has like when I smell strong perfume. So if it really was happening to her, I suppose I could. But I wonder if it was just an excuse. She just was like, okay.
That's just such a weird thing, though, to be like, everybody, we have a meeting. When you do your laundry, you can't use Tide anymore. You got to go with 7th generation.
Yeah, really, because, it's just effective. You're absolutely right. But then you've had a lot of weird meetings on behalf of me, so I really can't throw any stones.
Well, yeah, I've had to have, interns probably could come up with some, our past interns could probably come up with a laundry list of ones, including the one guy where I had to tell him that he smelled. That was probably my favorite one. Oh. It's like straight out of if our radio show was turned into The Office, I feel like that would have been a full episode. Like you just were like, this guy, he smells. We gotta do something about it. I can't deal with this guy. He just stinks. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to him. I'm like, hey, dude, you kind of reek, and
I feel badly.
And he's like, I don't know what's wrong. He's like, what do I smell like? And then this is the best part. Probably made his brain hurt, and I can understand why. I go, well, I don't know what you smell like because I don't really have a very good sense of smell. So to me, you don't smell bad, but everyone else is saying that you stink. So he's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. And then the next day, I was like, for a week, he not had to. It wasn't like I forced him to do it, but like he would come to me and goes, how do I smell? I'm like, you seem to smell fine. And then you guys would come in and be like, dude, the intern stinks. I'm like, hey, I lied to you. I guess you don't smell good.
Steve Miggs is the worst sniff checker.
Yeah, why would you? You're not the guy that should be sniff checking.
But no one else wanted to have the awkward conversation with the guy.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
Right, you're all like, I ain't doing it. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't think you smell, but I can't smell.
It's because he was such a sweet little sweet guy that
he was a good dude.
You were you just didn't want to break his heart, and
yeah,
he was just so nice.
He really was. It was so unfortunate. He was like one of the nicest interns we ever had. You're absolutely right.
And I remember one of the times he came in and I was like, man, this is what my life has become. Like, I'm like, oh, hey, dude. He's like, hey, I showered this morning. I'm like, awesome.
Good job.
I'm like, this is what we're doing? Did you go potty too?
Did you wipe?
Can't believe you did that to that guy, Steve. I mean, the rest of us would never do that to him.
Right.
Unbelievable. I love this story about somebody who's basically their life was changed by a coworker because they quit smoking because a coworker that would follow them to every smoke break and all they did was talk about their problems and the person said, all I wanted was some me time to go out and smoke, but all I kept hearing was this dude's problems. So it's like, you know what? I quit smoking. I'm done. And it's been 3 years, and I still haven't bothered to pick the habit back up. So could have been a lifesaver listening to that guy's problems.
How funny is that person annoyed you so much that you were willing to quit doing something that most people can't quit?
Yeah. Now, the Rev likes to throw stones at me. But am I the only coworker you ever had a problem with, really?
Oh, absolutely not. And I would actually say that you're more mild than anybody because when I was working as a security guard, observing and reporting, there was a break-in in our building and someone broke into the vending machine and the supervisors were showing off how it was being done because someone cracked it open with a crowbar. Well, we happen to have a crowbar in our office, so they were showing how it would work. and the marks from the crowbar matched up perfectly, so it was obvious that it was our crowbar.
Wow.
Which meant the only person it was possible was another guy that we worked with who worked the graveyard shift, who of course denied it, and nothing ever came of it because he was like, I don't want to say teacher's pet, but kind of, the boss's pet sort of guy. I think he had pictures of the boss with like goats or something, I don't know. But
that works.
Yeah, so it was just like one of those things. It was like, you literally broke into our vending machine and somehow you don't get in trouble with this. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, see that?
So yeah, you're not the worst.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I'll feel better about that.
I didn't know that either. I thought you were the worst.
Oh, well. 206-421-ROCK, Texas at 77999. Joe in Tacoma, you are on the Rock.
Good morning, BJ.
Good morning, Joe. How about you?
Good morning, Joe.
Oh, hello. All right, Joe. Who is the pretty much coworker from hell in your life?
Well, about 10 years ago, I was driving a truck that had split seating. One driver drove at night, one driver drove during the day. And the other driver was Hispanic and thought taking a shower consisted of dumping 10 gallons of cologne on himself. And
I don't understand why does his ethnicity have anything to do with him just basically putting a lot of cologne on his body?
he said it had something to do with him being Hispanic or something.
That was his reason?
His reason was I'm Hispanic? That's why I got to put cologne on?
Yeah, he would dump like 10 gallons on, and the truck, when I would get in it at 4 o'clock in the morning, would smell like nothing but cologne and BO.
Cologne and BO. And he said, the reason I do this is because I'm Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's, don't know if I don't know if I believe that story.
You think he's just trying to cover his own ass? Or the guy actually was saying, yeah, I put a lot of cologne on because I'm Hispanic.
I just don't understand how that's relevant. We just talked about a stinky guy, and nowhere did our intern's ethnicity come into play with the fact that he was stinky and throwing on a lot of cologne. I mean, BO and cologne. Yeah, all right. I'm going to try using that. I'm Irish.
Well, I mean, Danny likes to spray cologne in his mouth. I'm like, why do you do that? He goes, it's because I'm Hispanic.
That's true.
Duh.
That's true.
That just sounds sick.
Yeah. Vicky's short.
Why
I asked her why, and she said, because I'm Hispanic.
Yeah. And because I crossed a leprechaun once.
Oh, yeah, don't cross leprechauns.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. You know what? You didn't give him what he wanted on your OnlyFans page. He's not happy with you.
I was about to say, you can see exclusive pictures of that on her OnlyFans page. Check out Vicky with the leprechaun.
Hey, Vicky, why do you have an OnlyFans page?
Because I'm Hispanic.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Duh, BJ.
Yeah, I forgot. That's why. You know ignorant. What? I don't know anything. I'm ignorant about these things, Steve. Yep. Oh, yeah. All right. You know what? And I'm betting if we had a nice conversation with Rev, he would probably want to take that guy out back. As far as call screening goes, I'm sure.
Well,
yeah.
Rev was just trying to remind you of the time that you had a deaf phone screener.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And you wanted him to put anyone through. He put someone through.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. That was fantastic. Hey, Shaquille O'Neal, he just shared an incredible story about a time that his teammates caught him pouring milk on his boys. Yeah, you're going to hear from Shaq at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.